Hello and welcome back to Castle Doctrine. As you can see, I've been a little bit busy. I've made some money, and this is after having been robbed successfully once. But as you can see, this has been left on, even though I've replaced this switch. It's an odd sort of thing. That should be off, but because this was activated when a successful robbery took place, in which the guy who robbed me used 4 ladders. Basically came through, used the ladders. I assume, I haven't watched the tapes, but I could see that they'd used the ladders to get through. So I imagine they'd seen the trap, failed it, came back with the right tools. The amusing thing is they only stole $238, and 4 ladders is $240 worth of gear. So they didn't really achieve much, though they probably got a few odds and ends, like materials. But as a result, I just replaced this switch with the off version of itself. But that hasn't resulted in this being deactivated in the build phase. Obviously, in the robbery phase, because this isn't getting power, this just turns off. It re-syncs itself. But as a result, I've been placing these traps. And now we are done. We have all of the traps we need. I have considered maybe adding another commitment trap here or something like that, but or rather here. But no, we're good, I think. This is pretty nice. So, what are we going to do? Well, we've got our massive... Well, let me just double check that, actually. I'm fairly sure I've done all this right. But let's just look all the way down. Yeah. So, we're going to have... This should be 9. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... and 9. No more will someone just be able to bring along a bunch of ladders and get to my vault. Now, what are we planning to do in this episode? Well, one of the main things was the idea of adding the switch in here. Now, I'm playing around with the idea of the switch. This would control a door that locks in a chihuahua. That chihuahua, if allowed to move with you, would eventually deactivate these powered traps, powered pits that we're going to have here. These in turn, well, these would be activated by a switch, an always-on switch. The idea would be that there would be a switch that's currently turned on in here that the Chihuahua is going to walk over, that would, when that turns off, cuts power to the always-on switch, which in turn cuts power to the trapdoors, whilst you're walking on the trapdoors. Now, the other thing that the always-on switch is going to need to do is deactivate this, but I'm not really sure how we're going to wire that yet. I'm still struggling with that one. I'm thinking perhaps some sort of wire bridge in here, perhaps, with a steel wall there. So the current flows from there across and gets to here eventually. So, but the problem is the always-on switch needs to work in reverse. We need, when it's powered, for it to cut the power here. So we're going to have to use an inverter. Now that's where it gets tricky. I suppose one thing we could do, and this might work, is if we brought this up like that and had the inverted, voltage-triggered inverted switch here. Now, the power coming up here isn't going into the voltage-triggered switch, voltage-triggered inverted switch here. That's not being passed through from bottom to top, but it is being passed from side to side. So now we just need a way to break that. So how about we put some more stuff up there and make it look similar to this part, so it doesn't stand out too much that we've got steel plating there. Let's think. If we had this here, perhaps, and just otherwise just make this place a little bit more interesting looking. Put steel there as well to finish the look. Now, so when power is passed this way, it will break this switch and thus open this door. That's what we wanted to do for now. In the meanwhile, though, we'll Currently, the power from the bottom is only going across there now. I suppose what we could do is have this bridge there. Just for the time being, just to keep this always closed so that we don't kill ourselves. And what we can do is add a little window here, take this away so that we can see that this dog is trapped. And, or whether he's been released when we're testing this trap. Because this is going to be a brand new part to the trap logic, we need to build in safety systems. Because we know that we're safe around here, but we will not know that when we start adding new bits and bobs everywhere. So, we've got this. This is where the switch needs to be. Somewhere up here, anyway. Let's think. We could draw this out a bit more. In fact, there's no reason to have this visible at all if we don't want it to be. Yeah, I kind of like that, actually. Let's go ahead and do that and place this concrete there. Just to dissuade anyone from thinking they can just hack through. Now, so we've come up here, and it's a good idea to have this be at least 2 thick, so that they're not going to be able to see the chihuahua wherever we put it. Now, what I would like is for this switch that controls the chihuahua's, the door that's blocking the chihuahua in, to be somewhere in line here. Now, they're not necessarily going to know that this switch doesn't do anything else. So we need to make it look like it does. What do we want to do for that? Because we don't want to make them press this switch. But the thing I'm thinking of right now is that this will control a door that's in line with the switch. So that when they press it, they need to step this way to lock the chihuahua on the right side. Because if they go that way, which will be the natural thing to do because they've just come up from here, they're going to lock it on the wrong side and thus still doom themselves. In fact, let's bring this back here instead. And we'll place all of this there so that we've got a little bit more room to play with on the other side of this trap. So we place this around here. We're going to continue bringing up the steel, though, from the main power plant. Again, we want this entire system running off one power plant. So we want a switch in here that's off by default. The idea is you come up here, you step on the switch, you step back, you step to the left. You have to step to the left. We could add a little window in here if we really wanted to, so that they could see that there was a dog in there. I don't know. I do like the idea of kind of letting them see their doom because it puts them on edge. But at the same time, a really dark corridor is in and of itself very intimidating. So I'm liking that. Let's pop a door over there as well so that... because the thing with doors, or anything that you can go to, anything you can interact with, is it impresses upon you the desire to interact with it. It's like you see a door handle, you kind of want to turn it. You see a button, you want to push it. Because there's a part of your brain that's saying, well, that's what it's there for. It's meant to be pushed. I should push it. Likewise, doors. In this game, doors are meant to, well, I mean, in real life as well, but more so in this game, I think it's a little bit simpler. It takes away a lot of other concerns about consequence and things like that. You see a door, you kind of want to go through it because it's natural progression. Games are all about progression. You see a door, you want to go through to get further into the puzzle, to get on to the next level, whatever. So by putting the door there, it gives them even more incentive to just pop their head through. So that'll be pretty cool. Another thing we could do... no, that would be quite tricky to wire. I was thinking we could put a permanent switch so that if they just don't press this at all and walk this way, the chihuahua's now on the wrong side of the trap. Once they step on the permanent switch, that's it. That chihuahua is now permanently locked in because this switch will also activate this door. And the chihuahua is now on the wrong side. But that might be a little bit more tricky to set up, I think. We'll have to think about that one. But where are we going to put this chihuahua then? We're going to have this come a little bit deeper in. Some more walls. We definitely don't want this chihuahua to get all the way through. So we don't want him to be visible to these guys. So about a 3 thick wall. which has the power plant's power coming across to about there. And add the rest of the wall here. Because we don't want this automatically keeping this door shut. We want this door to only shut if they expressly step on this power plant. On that switch, rather. So we put the chihuahua there. And in fact, let's make him a pit bull just in case people get curious and decide to burrow through walls. Oh, that puts us a little bit over. Not by too much, though. We don't need to place it just yet. We'll continue to wire this up then. So we would want a permanent... No, we'd want a on switch right there. That comes along and powers this down here. We bring that down like that. Now then, what we would want is for them to come through this door, step on a permanent switch. That would light up a couple of trapdoors. That would close them. They have to step on this. So there they go. But when they do that, the trapdoors would send power through here, breaking this circuit rather, which would prevent power from crossing and would release this door. So the pit bull would start to move down. Now, let's think. Is there any better way that we could do this? I do not know. I don't think so. I think that's pretty much as good as we're going to get. So let's see. We can place a door there. And we'll start placing the powered switches and the trapdoors next turn. Next time we come back from being outside and burgling, I mean. Next turn. Right. We don't need this up here for now. Let's just bring this down. Cut that off for now. Just so that we can ride that out. Yeah, it's starting to take shape. The other nice thing about this is because this won't be on by default, these powered pits will be open. So someone is not going to be able to get into the trap by going through the top. They have to go through the bottom, which commits them to the maze. And then somewhere up here, we're going to have the puzzle, which needs to be solved to close that door, which needs to be done before progressing. So you come up here, you activate this, it shuts all of this off. Now, the chihuahua is going to step on this pressure pad there, which means you'll be halfway down this corridor of powered pits by the time that it shuts off and you die. So that's the plan there. You want to be halfway down before you realize something is wrong. Now, to get this going, this is the big thing here. What are we going to do up there? Now, I have been playing with another idea as well, aside from the puzzle element. And that's a timer that will, when activated, cause this trap to be unsolvable. Now, the idea is that naturally it would reset every time someone dies in the trap. But if someone were to successfully rob us, then it would make the trap, it would basically block anyone else from trying to solve it until we'd at least come home and reset everything manually. And the best way of doing that, I think, is with dogs. And what I'm thinking is have maybe 6 or so, something like that. It's kind of excessive, but this is not meant to damage the player. This is meant to force them into the trap, but they could easily stun them in such a way that they wouldn't be able to get down here. So it's not meant to be an impossible thing for someone who's just looking around the trap first. There'll be powered doors keeping them in, and then above it, a cat who will run along here and press a pressure plate all the way over here that will eventually break these doors. And again, this will all be powered via the main power plant. So again, if anyone breaks that power plant, if anything should happen, if you should break one of these walls or those wires, you're going to completely bugger anyone else who tries to get through, and also yourself. But once that's active, these dogs will rush down. So you've got a fair bit of time before then. We're not really doing this to protect our family. Our family's entirely dead. But if someone just stands there doing this for ages, they're eventually going to see dogs running down. At that point, they either need to decide to rush down here or not. The idea will be that we'll have a 1 or 2 wide corridor, probably a 1, so that we can keep our wife's tomb there, well, shrine, with a powered door and a switch. It's not going to be a permanent switch. It'll be a toggleable switch. So if they want to come back, they can. But the idea will be that it's going to be very easy for them to get safe. And we want them to be safe. We want them to die in this, not to struggle with pit bulls. That's not fun to watch. But the pit bulls will race down here and then will funnel into this area as this person is making their way down here. And because all of the... I mean, if they get to solve the trap, which is probably the only way that they're going to be able to lock the trap into its current state, because they can't kill our family in order to do that. This is literally now, you have to solve this trap, because you can't kill one of my children to buy yourself another try. After having used 4 ladders, kill one of the kids, come back with another 5 ladders, solve the puzzle. You can't do that now. Our family is unfortunately dead. But because all the vault is over here, so if they do manage to solve it, the player will be down at the bottom somewhere when they exit the map, which means the pit bulls, hopefully, will have all funneled into this 1 tile wide corridor. So the next person who tries this trap will load in, immediate pit bulls everywhere. Yes, they could just bash a few through the head, and, you know, it's not a fail safe, but it might well save us. So, with that said and done, I think it's time to validate this trap. The main thing I've done is added all of these, but we've also now started to make some serious progress up here. We are starting to get there. The other thing I can check is when I'm playing around here... Oh, actually, we're going to need the power switch before I can do that, but eventually we'll be able to see if this dog is there. So I'll replace those for now, because we'll do that when we're testing it so that I'm not wasting money. But let's go. Now then, come down here, activate the commitment trap. We'll probably put a grate there or something as well. I'm not sure. Then, now this place is safe to turn this off. Next, we need to lock the pit bull in. Now, I really hope that while I was talking, I didn't walk that way for some reason. No, I didn't. Phew. Because you can no longer see, because of this door, you can't see that the pit bull is there. You walk over here, the pit bull might be just standing there. There's really no safe way out at that point. You are doomed. We come over here, turn that on. Now we need to go back, release the pit bull again, and turn back on the powered plates. And again, I like to have the habit to walk right there. It just means that if I'm doing this half asleep, maybe my muscle memory will save my life. Even if I'm not expressly thinking I need to walk that way to stop the pit bull from killing me. But there we are. All 9 trapdoors are fired. Now, we've had a lot of people rob this place. Quite a lot, actually. Let's check it out. Now, I reset the trap at this point. Where did we get to? Was it you, Milton Daniel Robinson, who killed my children? Let's just have a look. So I think that's the last one I showed you guys. Ah, yes, it was. You bastard. So, from there on, that's where we reset the trap. So, let's have a look at some of the security tapes. We'll speed it up just to see how people die. Quite a lot of people have died, to be fair. And quite a lot of people have tried as well, which I'm quite pleased with. Though, the difference between the people who've tried and the people who've died indicates how many people are just walking away when they see this trap. Hopefully, the pit bull will force them into committing to it. And you died to this one. This one's racked up a lot of kills. I wish I could click on the pit bulls and see how successful they've been. See their kill to death ratio. So, next we've got Robert Timothy Brown. By this point, 13 people have tried the new trap, but only Donald Gregory Cuvass has died. And he dances around a little while. The pitbull commitment will also stop people from wasting time doing that. Though, again, they may just get discouraged by seeing that and just bail. And again, well done. You're going to become a legendary pitbull soon. Now, after Mr. Brown, John Kelly Hill tried. Not too many tries after, actually. Oh, the very next try, in fact. And for the next 2 after him as well. Now, let's see. Very curious, popping in all the doors. You are now doomed, though, because you've let the pitbull out. There you go. And a few people have died to that one as well, to be fair. Now, let's check out Andrew Robert Johnson. Again, someone else who didn't bring very much equipment. So at this point, our trap doesn't involve much in the way of loot. And he just ran into the power trapdoor. Well done. So, Morris David Carroll. 16 people have tried, 4 have died. That's not too bad, all things considered. That's 1 in 4. And you've doomed yourself. It's that simple. Oh, never mind. You are adding to the legendary pitbull. And Everett Charles Bledsoe. That's an interesting sounding name. 20 people have tried, 5 have died. Still, 1 in 4 have died. It's a pretty good stat, I think. Let's see. You investigate quite a lot before you commit to anything. Being quite cautious, but unfortunately, yes. This gets people a lot, I think, because they've been down here and they don't assume there's a pitbull on the other side. So they go and press this button and think, all right, I've opened the way forward. Oh my god, my face. But you dropped quite a lot of stuff. Henry V. Eichelberger or Eichelberger. I'm not sure how that CH would be pronounced in that name. I'm not even sure where it comes from. So yeah, no idea. 26, 6 dead. Let's see. How do you fare? You've brought a lot of dog meat and water. You are expecting many, many pit bulls, which is a reasonable expectation given this game. But also, power plants and grates. Again, a reasonable expectation. I've got a lot of power plants. I've got a lot of grates in my design. But again, another person who was lulled into his false sense of security, even though you had the means to put him to sleep. Now, Joshua Nathan Sack. What an unfortunate surname. Mr. Sack. I can't imagine that surname has left you with very many good memories of school. But you've come with a variety of tools. You've got a way to stop powered doors, a way to hack through wood, a way to break through powered doors or windows or kill things, and a way to short-circuit exposed electronics. Well done. Well, not really electronics, but electrified things. Well, you're being very, very cautious. Wow, super cautious there, actually. You really want to know if there's anything bad around. Though you have now doomed yourself. Too late. Oh, never mind. After all of that being cautious, you died there because you didn't check the door? I am surprised in you. Ooh. Isaac Ernest Heaton. This sounds like an intelligent gentleman. 31 have tried, 8 have died. You've bought a reasonable set of things. You're hedging your bet a bit. You've got pit bull protection. You've got door breaking, window breaking. You've got wood breaking. And you've got electronic shorting. 2 of each. So you're sort of expecting a variety of traps. I like that. I like people who don't just bank on one strategy. But we are going to see now if the person who robbed me did so because they knew what to expect. Because if they only bring ladders, then yeah, we know that they were forewarned and thus forearmed. Oh, you're dead. Too late. That trap constantly gets them. Now, James Todd Brady. Who are you? You come in immediately after Isaac. So let's see. Yes, you are entirely equipped for pits. This tactic will no longer work. I'm glad to say. Yep, you just go straight there. You knew what to expect. Oh, James. You swine. But that's it. That is all of our security tapes. Now, I don't think we've left much in our house. Let's go check. $18. So let's see if we can get a little bit more money. And then I'll end this episode. And by the time you join us again, hopefully we'll have a couple more. William John Medley. I know I've checked that one out off screen. It's not a good one. Nathan Robert Erb. No. Sorry, Mr. Erb, but you're not going to get any of my tools. Nice try, but a little bit too intimidating for me. Let's see. We could try James William Barrow. 41 have tried, only 2 have died. Okay, you've got dogs in here. I could easily put one of those to sleep. Which I will do. I don't... Oh, there's dogs up there as well. And, yeah, no. I'm not going to try this one. It doesn't look safe. Oh, though I'm tempted. I'm so devilishly tempted. No. No. I will choose life. As interesting as it may be. I've invested quite a lot in this trap, and I want to at least see it finished. Once I've got it to the state that I've kind of planned ahead for, then I will start being reckless. But until then, I'm going to try and preserve our life. Mark Robert Gemenzi. Is it Gemenzi or Gemens? I'm not sure. Okay. So, I could either rush down here. No, I'm not going to bother. Now, that's what I'm hoping that these dogs will not do to other people. And that's why I'm leaving. I'm going to have it on a very long timer before they activate. It's because I don't want people just backing out. I want them to die in my traps. Otherwise, I do not get their tools, which I can then sell to make more traps. Let's see. Mark... Oh, no, we've been there. Frank Darrell Edgar. Oh, no, you've been far too successful. Charles Robert New. 82 have tried, 15 have died. Ah. Well, that's rather easy. Goodbye, Brandon. Goodbye, Ashley. Oh, no. Ashley, you're stuck. Terrified at the corpse of Valerie, clubbed to death in front of you. Oh, Ashley. What I would do if I would honestly help you if I could. There is a dog over there. I am going to do my best, Ashley, to ensure that you are not killed. By breaking this man's traps. Good luck, Ashley. Hopefully your pet will come out and keep you company. Guard you loyally. I do what I can. And no, I wasn't doing that just to wreck his £200 power plant. I was genuinely doing it to help his little girl. He should move her or move the power plant. Do something that so she can get out from this nightmare house. Joseph Michael Van Sickle. That's an awesome sounding name. And you've got an alive dog, a dead dog, and a dead wife. Let's have a look. You've got a couple of dogs up there, actually. No. 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 Yes, haha. I imagine that trap was just based on the idea that if you were checking each door as you went down, you'd eventually run out of time and the dogs would catch up to you, so you kind of needed to know where to go. But completely scuppered by the fact that someone just killed one of your dogs. Now we've got 354 bucks in here. Let's do one more, and then I will leave you. And when you return, hopefully a bunch more security tapes. Also, a better trap. Maybe we'll have a little bit more stuff to invest. No, I've seen your guys. Lewis Carroll Penland. Mr. Penland, really? Must we go through this? Angela and Dusty. Dusty? Let's hope you do not live up to your name. Actually, I need some more water. So let's grab some of that. There we go. And let's head back out. One more attempt, and then I'm wrapping up this video. Let's see. We've tried you, I'm fairly sure. Well, at least I have off screen. David Charles Rubio. Let's see your house, Mr. Rubio. What other kind of nonsense is in here? There's your daughter and your son. Allison and Johnny. Go on, you two. Get out. Don't look back. No matter what kind of sounds you hear. And a dog. Thank goodness I have my trusty drugged meat. Okay, let's continue to have a look around. Never stray too far from the exit, just in case. Your mother was dead. Oh, Sharon. Dear sweet Sharon. Dead so long ago. Now, we've strayed quite far from the exit, so we should make a beeline back just in case. Are we still safe? I think we're safe to go through here. Yes, we are. Okay. We're going to continue to explore this place. I will try to solve it. You've got a painting that I wouldn't mind having, you see. Now, there's a power plant there. Wiring through those walls. Just be careful. We've invested too much to lose stupidly now. And this whole place is... we've got 2 cutting torches we can use to get through, but... I could get through here and break this power, but what that would do to me, I don't know. And whether that's the only power plant is the question, you see. Oh, this one's locked, so there's definitely something moving around over there. Okay, well, got to be brave sometime. Power is off, and we've probably doomed ourselves. Have we? Have we doomed ourselves? Balls, we have. Ha-ha! Your stupid trap did not work on me. Don't want to walk over that. But now we know that the power is definitely still flowing. And there are things in here which are setting off triggers. I hate to leave, but at the same time, I hate to die. I could break this. Perhaps even break this. Have I done enough? Oh, you tricky... Oh, wait. Oh, wait. No, I want it on. Ha-ha! Your house is mine, and so is your hope. I take your hope and your money. Goodbye. And I've ruined your house. I apologize for that. But we've got a picture. It's not really my style of art, honestly. But no, it's good. It's good. I like. We will keep and love and cherish. When you return, I will probably have added a little bit more to the system. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? But for now, that is it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed, especially that last trap. I am quite pleased that I managed to solve it, even though I had to break it in order to do that. Well done to you for making a cunning trap. I'll just restock myself before I forget. And yeah, that's a good set of things, I think. Right, that's it for this episode. I hope to see you in the next one. But until then, do take care.